Why is this your best year ever? All right, everybody, I am going to have a new product. It's called Agogi. It is a protein powder. Yes, I am promoting a protein powder, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because this is something that I use every single day. Agogi protein is a hemp-based protein. It is soy-free, gluten-free, THC, CBD-free, so there's none of that weird stuff in there. It's literally just the protein from the hemp plant. It's allergen-free, USDA organic, sugar-free, non-GMO, vegan. So it's got all the great qualities in it. Minimal ingredients, very clean. They have plain vanilla, chocolate, and they have a matcha flavor, which is absolutely amazing. And they're all very tasty. It's a complete protein. It's got all the essential amino acids for the building block of the body because you want a strong body, especially as you get older. You're not going to bloat and fart all over the place. So enjoy. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of On the DELO. I'm your host, the DELO, and I wanted to start 2024. Wow, say that 3 times fast. I wanted to start 2024 off with, a positive message. This is going to be the first podcast of the year. This is number 105, and it's called "Why Is This Your Best Year Ever?" Because I said so. No. Here's the thing, we all make New Year's resolutions. We all, for whatever reason, we look forward to that clock striking midnight on the 31st of December. For what? To start something new, I guess. And we all make these resolutions, and then all of a sudden, me included, a lot of these may just kind of die in, between. And that's okay. There just might not be that passion or that desire to do those things anymore, or you just might not be ready in your journey to be doing those things. And again, that's okay. Everything's okay, folks. It really is. We don't have to be or do all the stuff that people tell us that we have to be or do. We just don't. All we have to do is be and do. So if you think about that in context, it's just kind of, it's one of those things where we so get motivated to do things that sometimes we don't even want to do. And if that makes any sense to you, trust me, it will. And especially as you get older. And I had a lot of things in my past that I was so motivated to do and keep, trial and error and this and that. And then I would just kind of, not be doing it all of a sudden. And so it becomes burdensome. It becomes one of these things where you're looking at it almost like a job. The term work and job and all these things that we, get placed in to do to have to make money. I get it. A lot of times we're just in those situations. We got to pay bills. We got to feed families. We got to pay for college. We got to do all of this stuff. But the minute that we can walk away from a job or from work and walk more into life. And if you just think about that, like, are you waking up every day and going, you know what? This is the greatest year ever. This is going to be an amazing day. This is everything that I am doing today, and whoever I'm meeting with and wherever I'm going, it's exciting for me. Well, that's probably not the case with most people. We get up, we go slog through life, we do these things, and we don't know how to get out of it. And I'm going to tell you, for decades, I really, am attributable to that being me. And it wasn't that necessarily I was unhappy or I didn't love what I was doing at certain times or certain ways, but there does come a time where I think that gets better and better. And even though my days, my 24 hours, I would say, most of those hours, except for maybe 1 or 2, if you add up, certain aspects of it, are the favorite parts of my day, or my whole day is like just a kick-ass sort of life in a movie. There's still going to be moments. There's still going to be things in time. There's still going to be phone calls I don't want to make, people I don't necessarily want to talk to, things that drain my energy. But as we get older, we really discover what those things are, and we figure out a way to avoid them / delegate them, because believe it or not, there are other people that love to do the things that you don't like to do. And that's great. Part of my secret sauce is finding those people and enabling them, empowering them, and letting them just do their quote unquote job. So, things that I think about this year and moving forward, for me, it comes down to continuing, finish what you started. Another Van Halen reference I used right now. Now I'm using finish what you started. And that starts with mindful eating for me. I started this back in, July. I've been doing it for quite a while, but really mindfully like tracking and eating things that I know that make me feel good, that allow me to progress my day with energy, enthusiasm, and just health. So I'm going to continue that. I'm going to continue mindfully eating. Yeah, I track my foods. You know what? I'm type A. That's what I do. Works for me. May not work for you because you just don't give a crap, and that's okay too. But for me, it works. I want to be present with my food, understand what I'm putting in my body, understanding that if I'm doing these same things every day in a certain context, then I'm going to feel a certain way. Therefore, I'm guaranteed in my aspect of how I feel to have a good day. So when I started this in July, and I had gone the end of July, and then I was going to do, I did a competition in October. That was kind of my goal to do that at 49 years old. I dropped a bunch of weight. I mindfully ate. I tracked what I ate, and I just got used to it, and I never felt better. And especially at this age, it's something that I just feel works for me. So find out what works for you. Spending time with people that matter. That's another thing that's really important this year to make it the best year ever, A lot of times we find ourselves going out in engagements with people, doing things that we don't necessarily want to do. And we, for whatever reason, as human beings, we have this sense of obligation, or we feel this sense of obligation to just go do all the stuff. And social media has been very guilty into talking people into, the FOMO, the fear of missing out sort of syndrome, where it's like, God, all my friends are out at this concert or at this nightclub or this venue or this and that. And you sit there and you look at it and you go, man, I wish I was there, sort of thing. I know I've been through it. I've done it. But I have to tell you, at this age and at this point and at 2024, I'm just going to spend the time with the people that matter the most. And I'm also going to spend time with other people that, and when I say that, it doesn't have to be family, it doesn't necessarily have to be friends. It's just people in the moment of what you're in, of what you're doing, of feeling good, of accomplishing, of doing good things for them. It's the people that are around you and being in that moment with those people, because in that moment, those people do matter. As Metallica would say, nothing else matters. There you go. There's another music, an acronym or whatever, or reference. Thank you. Okay. Speaking of music, I'm going to put on more old tunes, and I'm going to just sing my heart out. And I will do this while I work out. I'll do this in the car. I'll sing to my wife, albeit she's probably not thrilled. And I'm talking everything, man. We're gonna pull out everything from Genesis to Elton John to, obviously Van Halen, because I'm a huge Van Halen fan, to Rat, even the old school hip hop, the Run DMC, LL Cool J. I love all of that stuff. And so for me, I like to listen to that old school stuff, get back into a moment of time, and utilize that as a place of relaxation and just and just remembrance. So, grab some tunes, maybe grab a record player, because those things are back in style. I think once I get my record player room, I'll definitely have some records to, to listen to, kick back and drink my herbal tea. Don't feel like you have to do everything. I think this goes back to the spending time with people that matter. We just don't have to do everything. We just don't. In Arizona exclusively, if you look at all the events that happen, I mean, I remember one year we had Super Bowl, we had the that big golf tournament where everybody gets drunk and walks around in high heels. We had the car show, I think they call it Barrett Jackson, all these cars. I didn't go to any of that stuff, none of it. I don't even think I watched the Super Bowl. I've done that, and I understand it, and I get it, and I'm so grateful for it, especially with what I do for a living and how that helps my clients. But I didn't feel like I needed to do it. I didn't feel like I needed to do everything. And so I just really do the things that I really love doing. And sometimes there's things that we don't necessarily love doing, but we do it for those that we love. And so that is going to be something that I take a deep breath and just say, okay, cool. I know this is important to her, my wife. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to find it very easy to not get frustrated and to enjoy this moment, knowing that I'm doing this with my wife, for my wife, and for us to have fun. So again, don't feel like you have to do everything in the context of having to go out, having to, always take that invitation to dinner. If you want to just stay home and relax on the couch and watch your Netflix, or, do your knitting, or whatever it is that, all you people do that listen. Finding new hobbies. This is a great year to find a new hobby. Really is. I talk over and over about, guitar, and, now I'm doing a mastermind. I love doing this mastermind. I love talking to people one-on-one in groups and all that sort of thing. I love knowing that imposter syndrome has all pretty much left the body, and I have a lot of value and a lot of give to people, and I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to do that on every level, with every ounce of my heart, soul, all that sort of stuff. But for me, finding hobbies could just really be, doing more breath work, doing more meditation, doing more reading. Maybe they're old hobbies that you just kind of get better and better at, and you spend a little bit more time or a little bit more of your day or your week, or, smaller nibbles that add up to bigger, bites sort of thing. And it's just, hobbies are great. They really are. Hell, I may even do a model airplane. I'm thinking about it because I did that as a kid. Speaking of hobbies, and back again, reading a few pages a day. Read something that uplifts you. Read something that you can share with somebody close to you. Read something that gives you value. Reading, whether it's on your phone, a book. I like to, hold a hardcover book. There's many books that I can, suggest to you that have done me a really good life. But it's so important, I think, to really be selective on the media that you consume, because you do turn into that media. And albeit a lot of you will call me an idiot for, not necessarily knowing what's going on in the world and this and that. I guess I'm just an idiot. But you know what? I'm a happy idiot, and I'm an idiot that has probably a lot less stress than many, because I just can't get wrapped up in all the things. There's, only the things that I can control, and only the things that I put into my mindset help me, give me a complete, energized, life, and a longer lifespan of happiness. And so that's why I pick and choose the media that I look at, whether it be social, whether it be books, whether it be that sort of thing, and go out and enjoy the outdoors as much as possible. Journal about anything. That's another thing. This year's a great year for journaling. I've been journaling consistently for over a decade. I can go back to date, year, and, look through that paragraph, 2 paragraphs page that I wrote about that day and what I was doing that day. Do I do it all the time? No. But do I journal every day and put a snippet of my feelings and how? Yeah, I do. And it's therapeutic, honestly. It's so good to write for me. So it's a great year to journal. It really is. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff that happens this year, and a lot of stuff that we can't predict. Maybe Bitcoin, reaches 100 again. Who knows? I mean, there's so many crazy things that are going on, and I'll have a lot of, guests on here that I can even, I can tell you that they're all going to be able to talk about some really cool stuff that's going on. Go see a doctor. Seriously, go see a doctor and go have fun with it. Treat yourself like you are the most important person, because for you, you are. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. And for me, again, this is protocol. Last decade, if not over a decade, I've been keeping all my blood tests. I've been documenting and charting even better than what my doctor would know, because I should know myself better than my doctor. My doctor has, and I pay a premium to go see a really good doctor, and I get her for 45 minutes twice a year. And I'm not expecting miracles. I'm not expecting her to change my life. All I am looking for is somebody to help guide me through the process of the other things that I do, the other 364 days and however many hours, 22 hours that I don't see my doctor. And so If you think about that, that's it's kind of crazy, 45 minutes twice a year. And a lot of us as human beings, we just take this dependence on somebody that knows so much less about us because they're seeing hundreds, if not thousands of people, within the span of the year. And then your number comes up and it's like, okay, quick look at the chart. Boom, here they are. But if you don't know enough about you, what's going in you, again, I journal even about that too. You've probably seen on my social media, every day. Yeah, it's a lot. You know what, DELO? It is a lot. I'm not going to do it. That's cool. Your choice. This is what is going to be for me for the best year ever. And if these things help you kind of go, I never thought of that, then cool. Did my job on this podcast. Put the phone away. It's so funny because every Sunday, I think we all get those notices on how much media we've partaken in for the week. And I get excited like I won a prize when my media went down a percentage, or 10 or 20 or, 50. You were on, your phone 17% less. I'm like, okay, cool, good. Work out your mental aspect of being able to leave your phone and not being so dependent on it. And I think, I think my guy, Jeremy Scott, was just talking about this on his podcast where, don't bring the phone in the gym. He doesn't bring his phone in the gym, puts it away because it can take one moment in time. And as he said this so eloquently, where you get that email or you get something that just ruins your moment of what you're doing. And in this case, working out. And now you've just you got something else on your mind other than what you are there to actually do. So putting the phone away, and utilizing it in the chunks of time, that's going to help me. I'm going to walk the neighborhood. I'm going to read. I'm going to meditate. I'm just going to garden, without my phone. Do I really need a phone to go pick lettuce and plant seed? No. And I'm getting my hands in the dirt and I'm feeling nature and I'm playing with the dogs. And sometimes I just lay down in the backyard when it's not so darn cold out like it is now, and I'll just stare up at the sky, hoping that I see a UFO. I say that, but I would probably crop my pants if I did. But I do love to just stare up at the sky and just daydream. And it's okay to daydream. I'm going to be 50 in February, and I still love the daydream. I still love the dream about the things that are possible for my life, for my family's life, for my friends' lives, for everything. It's, time is what it is. And this year is the greatest year because this is the year that we're in, and we're never going to get this year back. And as I sit here on January 9th, it's already the 9th. As I sit here today, this will speed up really quick. Because if I look back at some of those old journals and what I was doing January 9th, I guarantee I had a different mindset, a different way. And I feel like I've grown and I've progressed in the way that I feel suits me best at this age now. So I hope you got something out of this 18 minutes. I appreciate you. Please follow me at I Am the DELO on Instagram, on YouTube. Check out, some of the things that I'm taking and I'm doing in order to, keep my fitness up and get my food supplementation. Agogi is a great protein powder that I am using and I'm promoting, and I know the owners of this company and I know the quality of it. So all this stuff's in show notes. The mastermind with Jeremy, again, going amazing. We're going to continue to, bring people on as we get some space open. And, obviously I sell insurance. So if you're looking for anybody that's needing in that space, 25 years been doing it and actually really loving it now. So until then, have a great day. Peace out. Subscribe, share. Love you all.